$94,000. Sarah slid the account statement across my desk with a yellow post-it note stuck to the corner. 3 words in her own handwriting. $94K? I'm fine. She was 34, marketing director, $89,000 a year, no kids yet, living in Charlotte. Solid professional doing everything her HR packet told her to do. That number looked like proof she was winning. I didn't say anything for a few seconds. I just pulled up the projection tool on my second monitor and started running the numbers. When I turned the screen toward her, she went pale. That same $94,000 sitting in her traditional 401k was going to cost her $183,000 in unnecessary taxes over the next 31 years if she kept doing exactly what she'd been doing since she was 26. Not because she made a mistake, because nobody at her company ever explained the difference between the 2 boxes on the enrollment form. Here's what nobody tells you. The retirement account you're using right now was probably chosen for you in about 11 seconds on your first day of work. And there's a 70% chance, based on Vanguard's 2025 How America Saves report, that you picked the wrong one. Not wrong because you're bad with money, wrong because the default settings are built to minimize your taxes today, while maximizing the government's cut when you retire. I'm Mateo Alvarez, former certified public accountant. For 12 years I worked inside the finances of professionals exactly like Sarah. What I'm about to show you is the single most expensive box you'll ever check on a form. It's costing the average middle-class American family between $80,000 and $240,000 over a career, and almost nobody realizes it until they're 64, and the damage is already done. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what happened to Sarah. You're going to see the math that turned $94,000 into a $183,000 mistake. And you're going to have the exact steps to fix it this week if you're in the same trap. Let me show you how the machine actually works. When you start a salaried job in America with a 401k, you get an enrollment packet, usually digital now, sometimes still paper. Somewhere in that packet, buried between the investment options and the beneficiary form, there's a question that looks harmless. It asks whether you want a traditional 401k or a Roth 401k. Most people skip right past it. They click traditional because it's listed first, or because their coworker told them that's what everyone does, or because the HR software auto-selected it as the default. Done. 11 seconds, box checked, never revisited. Here's what that box actually controls. Traditional 401k means you don't pay taxes on the money going in. Your contributions come out of your paycheck before federal income tax. Your taxable income drops, and you owe less tax this year. The money grows tax-free inside the account for decades. When you retire and start pulling money out, every single dollar you withdraw gets taxed as ordinary income at whatever your tax rate is in retirement. Roth 401k means you pay taxes on the money going in. Your contributions come out of your paycheck after federal income tax. Your taxable income stays the same, and you owe the same tax this year. The money grows tax-free inside the account for decades. When you retire and start pulling money out, every single dollar you withdraw is completely tax-free. 0 taxes, ever, on any of it. At first glance, this looks like a wash. Pay taxes now or pay taxes later, same total tax bill, right? That's what Sarah thought when she enrolled at 26. That's what most people think. And if your tax rate today were exactly the same as your tax rate in retirement, they'd be right. Here's the part nobody explains. Your tax rate in retirement is almost never the same as your tax rate today. And for the majority of middle-class professionals, it's higher. Sarah makes $89,000 a year right now, after the standard deduction of $14,600 for 2026. Her taxable income is around $74,400, which puts her in the 12% federal tax bracket for most of her income. She's been contributing 10% of her paycheck to her traditional 401k since she was 26. That's $8,900 a year, about $742 a month. Over 8 years, she's built that account up to $94,000. Now let's fast forward 31 years. Sarah is 65, she retires, and she starts pulling money out of that traditional 401k to live on. At this point, her 401k has grown to around $1.25 million, assuming a conservative 7% average annual return. Social Security kicks in another $32,000 a year. She needs about $75,000 a year total to live the life she's been planning, so she pulls $43,000 a year from the 401k to cover the gap. Here's the trap. That $43,000 withdrawal is taxed as ordinary income. Combined with her $32,000 from Social Security, her taxable income in retirement is around $59,000 a year. After the standard deduction, she's paying federal taxes on roughly $44,000 of that. And at 2026 tax rates, that puts her solidly in the 12% bracket, potentially pushing into the 22% bracket depending on how the brackets adjust for inflation over 30 years. But wait, she was in the 12% bracket when she put the money in, and she's in the 12% bracket when she takes it out. So where's the problem? The problem is the withdrawal itself. Because Sarah has to pull more money out of the traditional 401k than she actually needs to spend. If she needs $43,000 to live on after taxes, she has to withdraw around $49,000 to cover the $6,000 in federal taxes on the withdrawal itself. That extra withdrawal pushes her taxable income higher, which triggers more tax, which forces her to withdraw even more to cover the tax on the withdrawal. It's a tax loop that compounds every single year for the rest of her retirement. Over a 30-year retirement, Sarah will pay roughly $183,000 in federal taxes on money that, if she had chosen Roth instead of traditional, would have been completely tax-free. Now come the objections I hear every time I walk through this math. First one. Mateo, you're assuming tax rates stay the same. What if tax rates go down by the time I retire? Real talk. Tax rates might go down. They might also go up. The 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act drops the top rate to 37%. But those cuts are set to expire in 2025, unless Congress extends them, which would push the top rate back to 39.6%. The national debt is over $34 trillion as of early 2026. Medicare and Social Security are both projected to face funding shortfalls within the next decade. Historically, when governments face structural deficits, tax rates go up, not down. Betting your entire retirement on the hope that tax rates will be lower in 30 years is a gamble you don't need to take. Second objection, if I do Roth, I lose the tax break today, and I need that refund. I get it. The tax break feels good right now. But let's be honest about what that tax break actually is. Sarah saves about $1,068 a year in federal taxes by using traditional instead of Roth. That's $89 a month. If she genuinely needs that $89 to survive this month, then yes, traditional might be the right move for right now. But for most middle-class professionals, $89 a month is not the difference between making rent and not making rent. It's the difference between seeing a slightly bigger refund in April or not. And that $89 a month win today cost her $183,000 over 30 years. Third objection, my employer matches my 401k, so I have to do traditional to get the match. This one is wrong on two levels. First, employer matches go into your 401k, regardless of whether you choose traditional or Roth. The match doesn't care which one you picked. Second, the employer match itself always goes in as traditional, even if your personal contributions are Roth. That's IRS rules. It's automatic. You don't get a choice. So if you're contributing to Roth and your employer matches, you end up with a hybrid account. Your contributions are Roth and tax-free in retirement, and the employer match is traditional and taxable in retirement. That's fine. You still win on every dollar you contributed. Now here's the piece that makes this different from every other retirement video you've watched. The $183,000 tax cost I just showed you isn't the real cost. It's the visible cost. The real cost is what Sarah could have done with that money if she'd never had to pay it in the first place. Let's say Sarah switches to Roth today. From age 34 onward, every dollar she contributes is taxed now, and tax-free forever. She retires at 65 with the same $1.25 million in her 401k, but now it's Roth. When she pulls $43,000 a year to live on, she pays zero taxes on the withdrawal. The full $43,000 is hers. Over 30 years of retirement, she saves $183,000 in taxes compared to traditional. But here's the move. Almost nobody makes, because Sarah isn't paying $6,000 a year in taxes on her 401k withdrawals, she doesn't need to withdraw the extra $6,000 to cover the taxes. That $6,000 stays in the account, still compounding at 7%. Over 30 years, that compounding adds up to an additional $570,000 in her account that she never had to touch. That's the invisible cost, the money that stays invested and keeps growing because you're not bleeding it out to cover taxes every year. Sarah, who stays in traditional, retires with $1.25 million, pulls it all out over 30 years, pays $183,000 in taxes, and dies with zero left in the account. Sarah, who switches to Roth, retires with $1.25 million, pulls out what she needs tax-free, and dies with $570,000 still in the account to leave to her kids. Same salary, same contributions, same career, different box checked at age 34. So what does Sarah actually do? Here's exactly what she did, step by step, so you can copy it. First move. She logged into her company's 401k portal, found the contribution settings page, and changed her future contributions from traditional to Roth. This doesn't touch the $94,000 already in the traditional side. That money stays where it is. But from her next paycheck forward, every new dollar goes into Roth. Total time, 4 minutes. Second move, she called Fidelity, her 401k provider, and asked about doing a Roth conversion on the existing $94,000 in her traditional 401k. A Roth conversion means you pay taxes on the traditional balance now, this year, and move it permanently into Roth so it's tax-free forever. The Fidelity rep told her she could convert the full $94,000, but she'd owe about $11,280 in federal taxes on the conversion, since it's treated as taxable income in the year you do it. Sarah didn't have $11,280 sitting in her checking account, so she split it. She converted $30,000 this year, which cost her about $3,600 in extra taxes, and she'll convert another $30,000 next year, and the final $34,000 the year after. Spreading the conversion across 3 years keeps her total taxable income under $100,000 each year, which avoids pushing her into a higher bracket. Total time on the phone, 18 minutes. Third move. Sarah adjusted her withholding on her W-4 to account for the extra tax bill from the conversion. She used the IRS withholding estimator, saw that she needed an extra $300 a month withheld to cover the conversion tax without getting hit with a surprise bill in April, and updated her W-4 through her employer's HR portal. Total time, 9 minutes. By January of next year, Sarah's entire 401k will be Roth. Every dollar she's contributed, every dollar her employer matched, everything. And from age 65 onward, she'll pull money out completely tax-free for the rest of her life. Now here's the humility I owe you. Roth isn't always the right answer for everyone. If you're currently in the 32% or 35% tax bracket, and you're absolutely certain you'll retire in a lower bracket, traditional might save you money. If you're 10 years from retirement and you don't have time for the Roth balance to grow enough to offset the conversion tax, traditional might be the safer play. If you're barely making rent right now and the tax break from traditional is the only thing keeping you afloat, then you take traditional and you revisit this in 2 years when your income is more stable. I'm not here to tell you there's only one right answer. I'm here to tell you that most people never even know they had a choice. Sarah's story isn't special. She's not smarter than you. She didn't have secret knowledge. She didn't hire a financial advisor. She logged into a website, clicked 3 buttons, spent 31 minutes total, and saved $183,000 in retirement taxes. 31 minutes for $183,000. Imagine 2 versions of Sarah standing side by side at age 65. Same career, same contributions, same employer, same city. The first Sarah kept her traditional 401k for her entire career. She retires with $1.25 million, pays $183,000 in taxes over 30 years, and dies with nothing left in the account. The second Sarah switched to Roth at age 34. She retires with $1.25 million, pays 0 in retirement taxes, and dies with $570,000 still in the account to leave to her family. Same paycheck, same job, same discipline, different box checked. This is the part I want you to act on this week, not next month. Log into your 401k portal tonight. Check whether you're in traditional or Roth. 10 minutes. If you're in traditional and you're under 50, switch your future contributions to Roth. 5 minutes. Call your 401k provider this week. Ask about converting your existing traditional balance to Roth and get the tax estimate. If the tax bill is manageable, split the conversion across 2 or 3 years to keep your income under the next bracket threshold. Total time investment, under an hour for a 6-figure difference in retirement. Subscribe now, because the next video is about the single biggest retirement mistake that happens silently on every paycheck, and it's even more expensive than the Roth trap. A third of American workers leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table every year without realizing it, and the people who take it don't even know they're winning. I'll show you exactly what it is, how to check if you're getting it, and the one question you need to ask HR this month to lock it in for the rest of your career. Click the next video now, because the same people who didn't see the fertilizer crisis coming, who didn't see the refund trap coming, who didn't see the Roth trap coming, are the exact same people who won't see this one coming either. And this one is the most expensive of them all.